unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Makar Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule impeccably well. Shalom to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days. This is the brother Yakanan from the GMS England branch. This will serve as a brief video based upon this PDF file that you see here on the screen. And this particular PDF was taken from the visa.com website, and it's basically a report concerning how close the world is to receiving and accepting a cashless society. All right. And as you can see, it's entitled Cashless Cities Realizing the Benefits of Digital Payments. Now, this particular document was released late 2017. And I believe shortly, they're going to have another document of this nature, to be released, where they go into the data, the statistics, regarding cashless payments, regarding, spending habits of the people, and regarding, how they think it's going to be best, to move forward in order to ensure that this cashless society, all right, is brought into fruition throughout the four corners of the globe, especially in the cities, all right, because it's all about the cities. It's all about the prime and major cities, all right. They want to get those cities tapped in to the MOTB system, all right, because that's where the mass majority of people function on the grid. They function in the cities. So it's all about getting these cities used to particular spending habits and particular ways of using their money, all right. Now, again, it says here, cashless cities realizing the benefits of digital payments. And again, I believe I've done a video on this particular document, when it first came out, but that was on my my GMS Universal page, the first one that got deleted, so I lost that video. So the spirit, jumped on me today, to go into this information again, because there's a lot of edifying points, to draw from it. And it really does, paint the picture of what these guys are doing in the background to ensure that a cashless society will indeed be implemented, man. And, naturally, that leads to the MOTB spoken of in Revelations 13 and 16. Now, this is a 68-page document, all right, and they really do, go heavily into the statistics. They go into, what nations throughout the four corners of the globe they believe, from looking at this data, are going to be ready to switch over more than others, all right, because you have some nations that are more susceptible to a cashless society than others, all right. So where they see, lacking, so to speak, in a particular nation, they then go in and they promote more, use of, Android Pay, Apple Pay, so on and so forth, to get the people acclimatized to the weather, so to speak, that they want them to be taking part in. Okay, this is what it's all about. It's about controlling the minds of the people and gearing them towards a cashless society, gearing them towards digital payments, gearing them towards transhumanism. Okay, billions upon billions, even trillions, go into the development, Salakia, of the MOTB system, which is the New World Order. All right. So the first part I want to go into, I believe, is around the 20th page, and I'm gonna post this this article in the description box, so you brothers can can check it out and take your time and go through it. But I'm just gonna pick out a few bits of edification that you can draw from this. Now, they also outline flaws, of using cash, tangible cash, and they outline the problems that it's causing And they're basically building up a case. All right, they're building up a substantial case that they're going to use to justify, that the actions that you're going to see in the very near future. Now it says here, while people often see physical money as a cost-free means of payment, closer analysis shows that there are a variety of costs borne by consumers, businesses, and governments in using cash. So these are the flaws in their opinions in the process of using cash. Now again, I'm not going to read every excerpt from the points. I'm just going to read the main point. All right, and again, Joachim, can read into it, when I post it in the description box. Lord willing, I'll remember. So it says here, handling, counting, and processing costs. All right, these are flaws of using cash: theft, shortages, and counterfeit money. Now, the first thing that should come to your mind is what? The MOTB. All right, that's going to completely eradicate already a lot of these issues that they've outlined: handling, counting, and processing costs. Now, when you're dealing with the MOTB and you're dealing with everything being digital and on a CHIP, then what's going to happen? Transactions are going to be a lot more swift. Transactions are going to be done automatically from one person's CHIP to another person's CHIP. Okay? So everything is going to be calculated and done by computer. So automatically, you're going to have human labor, a large majority of human labor that's going to be obsolete and it's not going to be needed anymore. Okay? And that's exactly what the elites want. Okay? Because they want robots to do everything. Okay? They want to get rid of, the fashion of, industries where you have, mass majority of humans working for a particular company or in a warehouse. They want everything to go, digital and to be done by machinery. Okay. And that's why they keep, referencing how, machines are going to take everyone's jobs. All right. This is a fact. This is something that they're actually bringing into fruition to cut costs. Okay. Now it says, expenses for outgoing payments to suppliers, opportunity cost of only accepting cash, transportation, security, and banking expenses. So as you can see, just by eradicating, tangible money, a whole load of these services that have been created to facilitate, this cash to get to and fro to the banks, the cost, that it takes for, these independent stores to charge you, via card, all of these things are going to go out the window. All right. Even now, you have a lot of shops. You might go to, especially Elam, you might go to an Elam shop and they will tell you there's a minimum payment if you want to pay by card. All right. Because there's banking cost that the bank charges, these retailers by taking digital payments. All right. And that's very off-putting. All right. And that's why they're going to correct all of these things and they're going to have everything go via the CHIP. Okay. Because at the moment, it's not benefiting, the independent retailers. Okay. It's basically Xing them out of the scenario, which is another thing that they want to do, is X out independent retailers. That's what this whole lockdown was about. And, crippling, the independent businesses. Okay. Because they want everything to go through, Amazon, eBay, Asda, Walmart, okay, which is the same thing. Okay. They want everything to go through the main industries, the main companies. Okay. And that's part of the New World Order. Everything's going to streamline through the same organizations, man. Okay. That's why they're trying to get rid of, independent business. And that's why they really want you to stay at home. All right. They really want you to stay at home. And that's what all this Uber, Hunger Eats, what's it called? Deliveroo. They don't even want you to leave your house. You get everything ordered for you. You can have someone from Deliveroo go to the corner shop for you and deliver your product to your front door. Okay. So they're crippling people. That's why, they kept doing these lockdowns, and more lockdowns are going to come. All right. More things are going to happen that's going to cause more lockdowns to come, in the very near future. Okay. This was just a test run, for Esau Edom. Okay. And the test has been complete. That's why you see, over here in the UK especially, they're starting to ease up with the restrictions. Now you can pretty much, do what you want. You don't have to you don't have to be masked up anymore, you know. So the test is really complete. Now it's time for the next phase. All right. And it's going to happen real soon. So it says opportunity cost of only accepting cash, transportation security, and banking expenses. Now check this out. It says getting cash from an ATM. Now they're actually calculating how long it takes in a year, average, for doing these actions. And this just shows you how desperate they really are. So it says getting cash from an ATM, 6.4 hours a year. That's how long it takes you a year. That's how much of your time is taken in a year to go to the cash point or the ATM. So again, the point of sale here is the convenience of shredding away that time, okay, and being more convenient. So it says on average, consumers make 3 to 4 ATM visits per month and spend almost 8 minutes each time. So these are benefits in their eyes, okay? And having a cashless society is going to get rid of these, major issues. So it says visiting a check cashing facility that takes 3.3 hours a year. Consumers make one visit each month and spend average 16.5 minutes each time. All right, so having a digital system is going to eradicate that time. Visiting a bank, 7.3 hours a year. Consumers make about 2 bank visits a month and spend average of 18 minutes each time. So what? What's the big deal? Paying bills in person, 12 hours a year. At least 4% of residents, mainly from more cash-oriented economies, spend over an hour each month paying bills in person and writing checks and balancing a checkbook, which a lot of banks now over here in the UK, they don't even issue checkbooks anymore. All right, I remember a good few years ago, they started eradicating checkbooks. You still have, some banks that do it. If you really want it, you request it, they'll get it for you. But as a standard, from what I've heard, it's not really something that, that they're trying to push anymore. All right, they're trying to eradicate these old practices and bring in everything, to make it digital. So again, it says 3 hours a year. It says consumers in markets where paying by check is an option typically spend over 15 minutes per month writing checks and balancing a checkbook. All right, now there's another piece of information I wanted to get in here. Let me see if I can find it. And like I said, I'm gonna post this information into the description box. Those that are interested, I want to look more into this. You can you can go ahead. Right. I think that was all the information I wanted to really get. As you can see, a lot of it is really just statistics, and data. But there's some interesting information in there, nonetheless. So let me just give a quick scripture, then we'll close out, man. But here's a definition, of Visa. If you look on the back of your bank card, you're either going to see Visa or you're going to see, what's the other one? MasterCard, all right? Now it says Visa Inc. is an American multinational financial services corporation headquartered in Foster City, California, United States. It facilitates electronic funds transfers throughout the world, most commonly through Visa-branded credit cards, debit cards, and prepaid cards. Visa is one of the world's most valuable companies, all right? So you have one of the world's most valuable companies pushing for a cashless society, all right? So what does that tell you? That tells you that the MOTB is on the way, all right? That tells you that the MOTB is on the way because Visa and MasterCard, they're very important companies, all right? They're the issuers of these cards that we use, okay? So they play a very important role, a very substantial role when it comes to having heavy influence in pushing a cashless society, okay? Now, Let's get a quick scripture and then we'll close out, man. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. And it reads, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right. So we're not ignorant of the devices of Esau, Edom, and the wicked left-hand elite. We understand, what they are trying to do in formulating this new world order and this beast system. And we understand through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that the Lord will indeed allow it to progress to a particular extent. All right. But as it says in Job, when he's about to fill his belly, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall cast him down. Okay. It also says in the book of Daniels that through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And this is all part of that craft prospering. Okay. Monitoring the people. All right. The scripture says in Psalm 64, they accomplish a diligent search. All right. So they're diligently, gathering these statistics and information on the people and monitoring your spending habits and, gearing your mind towards, the digital way of life. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, I'll say Shalom.